The Lost Princess of Mavelor. The day I was born, I knew my name, Isabel, meant something important. You only had to look at my kingdom. My kingdom was wonderful. It had a stupendously beautiful strawberry milkshake fountain and a beautiful harbour. Then, my 15th birthday. My mother gave me a beautiful golden necklace and said it would protect me from any harm, but I doubted I'd ever need it. My uncle, Esteban, told me the story of how before I was born, an evil sorceress named Shariki invaded Mavelor, but she was scared away by a dragon that lives no more. But Shariki no longer rules. When I heard the story, I became very scared of Shariki, though I didn't worry all the time. But then one fateful day, me and my little sister Erica's parents were coming home for dinner, and my sister was coming in from the garden, and her dress was filthy, so I told her to change. She came back wearing a clean dress, but her hands and face are still covered in dirt. I just finished cleaning her up when our parents' carriage pulled by. All of a sudden, Shariki appeared from nowhere. She zapped my parents, then entered the palace. So I chose to face Shariki alone. But she zapped me. But the golden necklace saved me by pulling me inside it. Then my uncle found me inside the amulet, and Shariki thought she had got rid of me forever. But she was wrong. If I chose a princess young enough, so she won't look so suspicious, but brave enough to free me, then I could stop Shariki myself. My uncle searched the globe until he grew too old, so he used the last of his magic to turn himself into a talking book. The book contained the story of how Mavelor lost his princess. I granted powers and curses on 1,000 princesses. No, but I only chose one brave young princess named Jessica. I gave her the power to go to a secret library to get a happier ending for stories that, like a story my uncle magicked himself into the story of Mavelor, and how they lost me, and how I lost everything and everyone I loved. Then, at last, she found my book. She came to my kingdom for a holiday, but Shariki still ruled. To get me out, she had to go to Esteban's house and summon a spirit which would tell her what to do. It was not as easy as I imagined. She had to place the amulet and the wand that put me in there on a statue. But to do this, she had to swim across a river to get to the other side just to get to it. So I transformed her into a mermaid, and she did it. The wand and amulet shot up and landed in my hands. I'm free. I knew you were the one. Thank you, I said to her. I grabbed the wand and set off for the palace. I decided to ride one of my lapicos to face Shariki. I tried to use the wand on her, but nothing happened. I was so scared I ran away. But then Jessica told me, just because you're the one doesn't mean you're the only one. I stopped. What does it mean? I thought. Then I remembered. When I was little, I helped everyone without them asking. I know what that means, I said. Shariki will have to face all of Mavelor. People distracted Shariki while the rest of the people, Jessica and I, rounded up all of Mavelor. All the way up to the palace we sang a national anthem. So it's my own time and I just myself. Nothing, see, nothing can be. This is my time to take back my kingdom to build. It's long, long ago. I'll take away the darkness and bring back the light. This time, I'm ready to fight. This is my time to bring back my family and friends. We do this once again. We say nothing can stand in my way. This is my time. Our princess is once again returned. I'll try and help the child of our beautiful land. And take with the darkness and bring back the light. 'Cause this time you're ready to fight. When my other people came back with Shariki behind her, Jessica and I went around the back of the palace and snuck into the corner. We found the painting that my sister and grandparents were trapped in. Then took it off the wall and broke it magically. They all came out alive. My sister ran up to me and hugged me. I hugged her back tightly. She was no different from 41 years ago. We hoped on the Lapigos. We flew around the castle and landed right in front of Shariki. Shariki, I roared, you have no right to rule. You cannot stop all of us. Shariki laughed and said, I do not need to stop all of you. I just need to stop you. She reached for her wand in her pocket so she could zap me again, but she could not find it. I still had it. I took the wand out and said, looking for this? Again smiling, Shariki announced, you cannot use that wand on me, girlie. Maybe not, I replied, but let's see how powerful you are without it. I snapped the wand into 2 pieces. All of Shariki's beauty and color disappeared. She raced to the edge of the river near the palace and looked at her reflection in the water. Shocked how horrible she looked, she fell in. I raced to the water and looked in. I could not see her. My grandfather ran up the stairs of the castle and yelled, Long live Princess Isabel! Since I was the eldest princess, I was now the crown princess. It was my time to rule. I went up the stairs of the castle and shouted, let every bell in Mavelor ring. We are now free.